Yes, the moon has been sighted in Saudi Arabia. The moon has been sighted in Saudi Arabia. Yoruba Muslims have said that they will no more follow the instructions, the guidance. In quotes, most Yoruba Muslims will no longer follow the guidance of the Sultan of Sokoto because of this particular Sharia issue. Now, Saudi Arabia has sighted the moon, and fasting begins on the 1st of March 2025. Before this time, Yoruba Muslims have said that whether the Sultan likes it or not, that they are going to commence their fasting on the 1st. And it aligns with what Saudi Arabia has announced. So generally, whether the Sultan is waiting to announce his own date, on his own day, everybody has decided to follow Saudi Arabia, and also Yoruba Muslims have taken their own stand. This is a move in the right direction. I spoke with some people today. I asked them, what is the reason why the Yoruba Muslims are not wanting to follow the guidance of the Sultan of Sokoto? They say that the Fulani are dangerous. They want to use religion through the back door to gain influence. And when they gain influence, they will undermine our traditional institutions. Yes, look at what happens to the Hausas. They have undermined their traditional institutions and they have taken over. Most times you ask questions, does the Hausa have culture? Do they display their culture? And Hausa man was complaining the other time that when they have Hausa Day in the north, most of these politicians that are Fulani, most of the governors, we have 9 Fulani governors in the north, no single Hausa governor. So most of the governors that were being voted by the Hausas would not attend Hausa Day, but every other cultural celebration they would send emissaries or attend. It tells you a lot about how the Yorubas have understood the gimmicks of the Fulani. Never again will Ilorin repeat itself. Isheshe Day festival has been banned in Ilorin because there is a Fulani presence. Now, the Fulani have said, the fundamentalists, the Islamic fundamentalists, they have said that religion comes before your tradition. But that is different from what we believe here in the southern part of Nigeria. In the southern part of Nigeria, your ethnicity comes before religion. So don't bring that to us. We understand how you dealt with the Hausas, what the Hausas are going through now. Institutions are being led by the Fulani. The economy is being led by the Fulani. 2 types of Fulani, the one in the bush, the one in the town. They work hand in hand. Fulani is a Fulani, whether it is an educated Fulani or whether it is a Berber, the one that will go with cows. They are all Fulani. They work hand in hand to achieve a particular purpose. Anywhere they find themselves, they want to take over. They've seen Nigeria as a fertile land for them to come and dwell. That's why you see them, they do all they can. They will do all they can to make sure that they rise to position of power. Look at them today. I've said it, I'll repeat myself again. Look at our military. Look at the police. Look at the agencies of government. Look at politics today. If the North is going to present somebody, 3 popular politicians, Fulani that we know, popular. We're not talking about those mushrooms. We have big wigs like Atiku, big wigs like Erufai, big wigs like Kwankwaso. And also, we have Lamido Sanusi, Sokoto and Gwandu. These places belongs to the Hausa, but you see what is happening. So one of the reasons why the answers they gave me is because they are suspecting that there is a kind of politics that the Fulani wants to play, finding a food ground in other parts of Southwest, because some of them have boasted that they have something in common with the Southwesterners, which is religion. That it is, if they want to override Southwest, it's just easy for them. But the Southwest youths have woken up. They have understood their game. I've told you what rules the world. Number 1, principles. 2, ideas. 3, narratives. Pushing the narrative that Sharia. Questions: how has Sharia benefited the North? Is there justice in Sharia? Because it seems like these politicians, they are above Sharia. It seems like when there is Sharia, there seems to be underdevelopment. So whatever, I don't know how long this is going to continue, but we know that officially, as recognized by certain laws in Nigeria, the Sultan of Sokoto is the president, is the leader of Muslims in Nigeria, while in Sharia Council is led by Yoruba. So whether the Yorubas are going to listen to the Sultan of Sokoto is another thing. I don't know how the religion takes it, whether it is an act of disrespect against Allah for people not to listen to leaders provided them by those eminent scholars. It is a good one. I have said it over again. The reasons why I'm speaking against Sharia in the Southwest is because we have one thing in common with the Southwest, that is religion, Christianity. So there are ways this Fulani operates. If they can be able to infiltrate the Southwest, it is going to be an easy one for the Southeast. Politically, the Southeast are being suppressed, however, because the Fulani has found a common ground. The Hausas have become them, their Hausas. They find a common ground with Southern politicians to also hold down other Southern regions, if you understand what I'm saying. So if the unity, the collaboration between Southwest and the North in holding on to power can suppress the Southeast from coming out. There's a lot of things being said. People are threatening people on social media. However, there's one constant thing. Thing is that we have all come to this world. We all leave this world one day. The most important thing is that what are the legacies you are left behind? What are you standing for? Most times, you stand for the truth and you're being threatened by people who do not want to hear what you're going to say. It is an opinion. I've said it over and over again. Sharia is not suitable for southern part of Nigeria. The Sharia created by the northern part of Nigeria is not suitable because the Southwesterners are a different people. I've said it. Beji, twin. One is a pastor, one is an alhaji. Twin, identical twins in southwestern Nigeria. One is a pastor, the other is an alhaji. They celebrate their birthday, and it was beautiful. In a family, you see different people with different beliefs, but yet they find a way to come together. But when you bring this extremism into the Southwest, brother against brother, sister against sister, because of religion, I've told you, universally, religion, according to the scholars, Islamic scholars, there's no ethnicity in religion. Okay, somebody who's Fulani, who is Hausa, who is a Muslim, they are the same brothers with somebody who is a Muslim in the Southwest. How does a fanatic Muslim see a non-Muslim as a kafir who needs to be subdued and maybe in a way force him or oppress him to accept Islam? So if he doesn't accept Islam, he's an endangered species. An average fanatic Muslim sees you who is not a Muslim, that you are doing your own thing, going on your own. You have become an endangered species. You have become because you are just existing, you have become an endangered species to somebody that believes in what he believes in. You believe in what you believe in. Let others believe in what they believe in. Look at what is happening in Bauchi today. Schools are being closed. I'm not saying that it is wrong for schools to be closed. However, there are Christians there. There are other people there. Respect them also. 5 weeks is a lot of time. However, you want to do it to cover for the fasting. Bauchi is not yet a Muslim state. You have Christians here. However, I've said it. We know that Sharia will affect non-Muslims. We know in the Southwest. Maybe it doesn't affect non-Muslims in the North, but this one that they are bringing in Southwest, we are very well convinced that Sharia will affect non-Muslims. That's why we're asking, we don't want Sharia. I asked them the same question, and they told me about the history. How the Fulanis were able to call the leaders of Hausas, like, make them look inferior, used a religion and killed most of their leaders. Most of their leaders, and then established 2 emirates, the Caliphate, Sokoto Caliphate, and that of Gwandu, which is led by the Fulani. A particular governor dissolved a Fulani emirship in his state because his Fulani always want to rule over everybody, despite the fact that in Islam they say everybody is the same, we are all brothers. But the particular tribe will take it upon themselves and make sure every other person comes last. Every other person is insignificant in the scheme of things. There's a saying that they have told them, if you want us to even really embrace the Sultan of Sokoto and the association that he heads, which is the spiritual leader of Muslims in Nigeria, let other tribes, the Hausa and the Yoruba, also lead that group, because the Fulani have been leading it for over 50 years. These are the cases that is being made, but yet agenda must agenda. Everybody has the agenda. I pity for those that are trying to bring Sharia in the southeast. We have told you, it is not. We are not symbiotic. It is. I don't know which English I'm going to use. It doesn't fit us in the southern. There's no Sharia that will be able to. An Igbo man, you can't practice Sharia in Igbo land. Telling you can practice Islam in Igbo land, but that one that you want to be jihadist and everything, it cannot work. Because it moves from one stage to another, from becoming peace to give us a place, from give us a place to give us rights, from give us rights to give us positions, from give us position, revolution, from revolution, we need to take over. Start all those messages, extremist messages going on. Before you know, it becomes Turkey, it becomes Lebanon. Turkey was a Christian country. How come Turkey is now a Muslim? Iran itself, how come Iran turned? Look at Afghanistan, look at what is happening. And the issue here is that these people are consistent. The Fulani is well equipped and consistent. In the next 1,000 years, he will want to achieve the dream of his father, their grandfather, Uthman Danfodio. That is why everybody needs to be on alert, however they come, however they go. And this is my message to those that are threatening people online. Be very careful. Be very careful. I asked the same question to these Yoruba people because I had a conversation with Yoruba people. I had a conversation with them. I asked them, between the Igbos and the Fulani, who is a threat to you? Diplomacy came with answering that question. But the answer was that we have a common enemy. If we take away the vibrations of the Fulani, the clogs of the Fulani in Nigeria today, I think we will breathe fresh air. Restructuring, we see that they're against it. Most things that are happening, we see that, you see, even me personally, what I'm running, the release of Mazi the Kanu, as much as we understand, there's a particular tribe that doesn't want anything restructuring and release of Mazi the Kanu. Look at who is causing political tension today. A particular. They are everywhere trying to make one or two moves. Who have evicted people from their lands and killed and installed emiracy is a particular tribe. The Igbos, they come to Lagos, they do their business. However, what is being said, which looks like, okay, you say somebody say Lagos is no man's land. Is Lagos really no man's land? I've said it over and over again. Lagos belongs to the Yorubas. For the fact that somebody is saying, using that to taunt you, does not mean Lagos is no man's land. And that's not a threat. I'm still going back to in getting involved in the political activities of the Southwest. You cannot stop anybody because the Constitution warrants that everybody can stay anywhere and be voted for. You cannot stop anybody. As much as we can, you understand that some people in Nigeria, a particular tribe in Nigeria, they have already given up on Nigeria. They have already given up. They are not interested. They are not interested. They have already left Nigeria a long time. These people are asking for restructuring. If it is in a regional system or a structured government, you can come out and say, no, this particular tribe, we don't want to get involved in our politics. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. But you see, the reality here is that I've spoken to many people. The APC boys are the ones running this show. Yes, because we had other people that are Yoruba that also ran on other political parties, but they are being stopped. Look at what happened in Lagos State. Some people are running the show, and however, what God has designed from the foundation of the world will come into place. If Abraham gave back to Ishmael and also gave back to Isaac, and Isaac will be greater than Ishmael, there's nothing that will happen that will make the southern part of Nigeria get the kind of attention Sharia has gotten in northern parts. There's nothing. Because the people themselves are rejecting it. These are liberal people. These are people that are not fanatics. They're not too kinetic on a particular thing. A big one for those my brothers are fasting for Ramadan. Pray that the leaders we have today will change and start doing what is right. And what is right for Nigeria is to make sure that we are freed from the bondage of the neo-colonialists, the Britain and everybody that's have signed a contract to put Nigeria down. Revert back to regionalism, where everybody develop at their pace. However, you pay to the central government. Let there be harmony. Let there be understanding amongst each tribe. Let us understand that everybody has weaknesses, but how we manage these weaknesses is very, very important. Nobody is much more important than any other person. We are all creatures in the sight of God. In fact, all this fight we are fighting, we have left the greater aspect of it, which is the neo-colonialists. They don't want Africa to be free. They want Africa to be still under. That's what they want. And that's what we're experiencing today. As much as we are calling for our Muslim brothers, pray for the country and pray that the eyes of the leaders will be opened to understand that we need to restructure the country for things to get better. Happy Ramadan. Ramadan Karim.